Now that we got the body done, it's time to work on the wing. Now the wing right now is just square, so we need to fix that. So if we were to look at the profile like this, we would see just a big long rectangle. What we want is an airfoil. The front of the wing is going to be curved like this, and the back of the wing is going to be tapered down like this. So in order to do that, we're just going to do some more sanding. And what I'm going to do, in order to make it easier to sand, I'm going to have to peel off this plastic layer. Now, it makes it easier to sand, but it weakens the wing, so we'll have to replace it later. I have some special tape for that. So the best way to sand it is to get some 100 grit sandpaper, wrap it around a block of wood like this, and then come across, put it right on the edge of the table so you can get your angles, and just go to town. Okay, to do the rounded front edge, just keep moving it up and down to create a curve on the front. Also, if you want to, before you do this process, you can put this on that same sanding board that had the big huge piece of sandpaper, the skateboard's grip, and make the edges nice and straight if needed. Okay, so that's the front. It's more rounded. So it's not a whole lot, but enough to make it more aerodynamic. And then the back side of the wing is going to be a little bit more work. You're going to take off a lot more from about the halfway point back to almost a sharp point. Don't make it too thin because then it'll become weak. So this one I'm keeping the board at the same angle and just going until it gets down to almost a point. Again, this is going to be quite messy. Hopefully you can see the work that's been done here. We got the rounded front and then the tapered back. It's more aerodynamic. The next part requires a clean table, so you need to really make sure everything's clean and get all the dust off of the wing. So, give it a few taps. Get it all clean. Okay, now I use some very special tape. It's called Flex Fix. It's a duct tape. You can find it at Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever. But I like this because it's really, really thin. You could actually see through it, and if you hold it right up to your eyes, and it's just nice and really sticky, and it's $10 a roll, but you get a lot on one roll, so it's really nice. What I like to do is put about 3 strips of this over the wing. Let me show you how to do that, because I have a nice way of making it even. So I start from the back side. I get a little, about 2 feet. Make a little cut there, and then you can rip it the rest of the way. Then I put the tape on there, so it's just barely on the back side of the wing. And you want to keep the tape nice and tight. So I'm going to work my way from the middle and kind of massage all the air bubbles out. And this is why you want a clean table, because you don't want the dust sticking to the tape and making it so it's not sticky anymore. So now I'm going to take it, and as I'm dragging the wing towards me, I'm going to flip the wing forward and stick the tape to the other side. So I'm dragging it and rotating the wing at the same time, and that makes it so that it sticks to the top. Now it's not always perfect. Sometimes you have to make some fixes. And again, start from the middle and massage all the air bubbles out as you go to the side. Make it nice and tight. This skin is what keeps it, so it stops it from breaking. So it's good to put it back on there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another piece on the other side, bring it over, and then put a third piece right on the top. Nice and tight. And try not to stick it to the table this time. Drag and stick. And one more piece down the middle. All the excess we can just trim right off. Voila. Now if you want to, you can put 2 strips on the body to reinforce the body as well. And all I do is just fold it down. The airplane's going to say Flex Fix all over it. I've seen this tape in black as well, but I don't see that as often. Again, make sure that the tape is nice and tight. You don't want a lot of air bubbles in there and stuff, or folds. They make it so that your airplane doesn't fly as well. Right, off of my leftover piece, I cut off about 14 inches for the back wing, and the leftover I'll use for the tail going up and down, probably about half of that. So again, I'll do the same thing to the back wing that I did to the front wing. I'll shape it and everything. So I won't show that because people don't like to watch videos that are too long. Here's the tail after sanding. I went ahead and rounded the tips just for looks. Feel free to modify the design as much as you see fit. I'm not setting everything in stone here. Sticks up. I went ahead and put, instead of the expensive tape, I got some masking tape, and what I've done with that is I've just pinched the foam to a point and put the tape on there just for aerodynamics. Another thing that you can do is take scissors and just kind of poke out some of the foam, pinch it together, and then put tape on it. This just makes it so the air flows around it better.